Hello, I'm Dieonik, and welcome back to Let's Play Love is Strange. So, we're going to this goddamn lighthouse. This goddamn lighthouse that ruined my life forever. I guess technically it wasn't the lighthouse's fault, but it was there. It was there when it decided it wanted to ruin everything. Okay, so, yeah. After Victoria's shoot, I convinced her to stop by the one place I know we'd get an amazing view. The lighthouse. Despite Victoria's initial hesitance, she pretty much agreed when she saw how much time we had to kill. And now she's following behind me with a grumble. She almost tripped once, and after that, she ended up grasping my wrist as we trek uphill. Alright. I don't mind. No, of course you don't. Of course you don't mind. Why would you mind that? Since you went through so much effort to show me a nice view, I thought I'd, show you one too. I think she already got to enjoy a nice view, if you know what we mean. And of course you do, because she took a picture of you last episode, whatever. I'll just ruin my own jokes. I do that. This time, my smile is a little nervous as I wait for her response, stopping at the top of the hill. Victoria releases my wrist, and I roll it to regain feeling. She's got such a tight grip. Oof. Oof indeed. Once we're up there, Victoria stops to really take in the view, and I wait patiently for her response. It's gorgeous. You have taste after all. I'm glad you like it. I'm relieved. Victoria hums, walking ahead of me and towards the ledge. She starts snapping a few photos instantly to test her settings, probably before stopping to fix them. It's calming to listen to, while I sit down on the bench and start sorting through my recent Polaroids for today. Max, thanks. Huh? I'm surprised by the confession. We'll go with it. Though, when I look up, Victoria is still snapping away. You heard me. I smiled down at my feet at that, shrugging my shoulders. It's seriously no problem. We're working together. Yeah, I guess we are. Victoria doesn't say anything else, and I opt to let her focus on her own thing. Those clicks fill the air again. Well, for a little while. Then stop again, or they stop again, and I blink and look up in confusion, knowing there's no way Victoria could be anywhere near done. What I see instead is Victoria standing at the ledge quietly, camera at her side, one hand grasping her elbow. The way the afternoon sun framed her makes me feel out of breath. There's something fragile about her, unguarded. Do it, Max! Do it! Capture her soul on film! This is like entirely too close to my face right now. Capture her soul on film! I wonder what she's thinking about. I don't care what she's thinking about. You get that picture, girl. I also can't help myself, and I lift my camera, catching the scene in my viewfinder. She knows what's up. I press down on the shutter. Yes! We win! We win! Alright. It actually looks really good. It looks really good. Like the picture. The picture looks really good, but the art is really good. Like, yeah. Good job, artist! You get a thumbs up when the picture comes out. I'm fully convinced I found the perfect shot. So am I. I wish that there was a way. I wonder if there's like a form of debate. And after I finish all of the paths, then I'll debate it. Which is the best picture taken overall? Because in the multiverse, you're gonna have all of these pictures, and you're gonna be like, well, which one is the best? And I bet, I don't know. I bet Rachel's is probably going to be the best because she's photogenic by default, right? So with Max's skills and her photogenicness. At Blackwell, me and Victoria wind up sitting on the freshly cut grass of the courtyard, going through all our photographs. My Polaroid photos are spread on the grass in front of our legs, little squares against the green lawn in contrast. Victoria just has her camera on her lap, open to the camera roll. I'm pressed up real close against her side to peer over her shoulder. In retrospect, this feels a lot more intimate than it should. Maybe not us sitting like this, but just me being here with Victoria in the first place. I'm used to just seeing the Vortex Club obnoxiously taking up this space whenever we're out of class, during the morning or at lunch, all huddled up laughing at whatever. Of course, Victoria's included in that too. Now, instead her sitting with me, with them, it's with me. I must have misread it. I forgot we could go back. With them, it's with me. Okay. Alright, that makes way more sense. Instead of sitting with me, she's sitting with me. Hello, Max. Are you even listening? Huh? Yeah. Victoria squints at me suspiciously. Yeah. Pulling her fingers back from where she'd been prodding at one of my photographs. When I check, it's nothing special, just a general landscape shot of the boardwalk itself. Okay, not convincing. What did I just say? How much you like that one? I tease and Victoria laughs in disbelief. You wish. Yeah, we do. Ooh. So you're saying you don't? That look is so cute, I might add. Victoria hums instead of giving me a real solid response, and I roll my eyes at her. Okay, so maybe I wasn't paying attention, but so am right now. But I so am right now. But so am I right now. But so we are, I am right now. Sure you are, only because I had to jerk you back into reality. She knocks my arm with hers, and I huff softly, mock offended. A pout makes its way onto my lips. I am. After the shoot, Victoria had seemed a lot more relaxed. Or, like, I guess the atmosphere is just more relaxed in general. I'm definitely not as tense as before either. Maybe it's the fact that all we have left to do is choose our photos. I seriously thought that'd be a lot more stressful. That'd be. It's not. At least Victoria doesn't make it stressful. Stress-free or not, I rub my eyes and I try to focus. We have to pick something for our submission. And now Victoria's staring right at me again, real serious. With how close we are, all I can do is imagine a sheepish smile. Sorry, manage, not imagine. She's not imagining her smiling. Do you imagine before you do that? No, you just react, right? I don't know. I suppose that's up for debate. Okay, what is it? I want to know, just for reference, which one is your favorite? I blink at the question, not really sure I've heard it right. Victoria puts her camera down between our knees. My favorite? Like, which one I think looks best? Not exactly, though that is important. I mean, personal preference. That's not really a hard question to answer. Not at all. I already know exactly which photo comes to mind. So do I. It's just a little embarrassing to admit. I lean back on my hands, and I draw in a long breath of air to prepare myself for the inevitable post-answer explanation. Well, it's actually... It takes me a moment to lean forward again, just so I can tap my fingers against the one showcasing Victoria, where she's illuminated by the sunlight, standing just at the cliff of the lighthouse. That one? There's this hesitant pause in her breath, and I rest my palm against my jeans, rubbing my hands down on them. Yeah, definitely. What about yours? I countered before she could grill me about my choice, not sure that I could handle that just yet. Victoria straightens her shoulders, tensing up. I can feel it right against my side. She heaves a huge sigh, and just from that, I can tell she's not particularly confident about any of them. Out of mine? Fucking none. There's a note of irritation to her voice, backed with just the slightest disappointment. I frown, peering back down at her digital camera. None? No way. They're so good. She pauses and hesitates. I know they're good, but they're not amazing or anything. I don't see anything special in them. Nothing particularly remarkable. Just then, she deflated a little. She sags down slightly. I was gonna read that. Sages? What does that mean? I don't know. Sags down slightly, grimacing down at her camera and turning her head away from me. Victoria. It's whatever. I was thinking. I want you to submit yours instead. My heart freezes up in my chest at the words, and I sit up straighter. What? Victoria glances at me, swallowing dryly and running her fingers through her bangs. I watch the action, watch the apprehension flash over her face. What, Max? Are you like... Are you, like, milking this for all it's worth? Defensive as ever, I shake my head quickly. I said you should submit yours. So she's just, pride, right? Pride. Sorry, I'm just surprised. Oh? And why is that? We've talked about this. There's this curiosity in her tone, but it's laced with something miffed, something wary. Well, because she's jealous and prideful and all of that, right? She curls her fingers up at the camera's cashmere sweater. I didn't say camera. At her cashmere sweater. And I bite the inside of my cheek. She's nervous, I think. Though, thought your photos looked amazing too. Thought we'd look over them together. Or longer. Yeah, I'll just make up words like I do. Yeah. It's because yours are pretty incredible too. Victoria scrunches her nose up and sniffs. I already told you they aren't. I raise my hand to cut her off, and she scowls at me. You might not think so, but don't you think you're pretty think you're pretty biased? That's true. So when I would draw something, a lot of people would be, one of my drawings in particular, I hated. And and everyone liked it, and the longer I'd stare at it, the longer I'd hate it. So then I just became aware that the longer that I stared at something, the longer I'd hate it, as long as it had any of my effort put into it. I don't know why well, I imagine a lot of artists are like that, where they can just like look at something they've done and point out every little detail, because I think artists look at things as work. And so artists are always looking at their work as work. And people who view art on a regular basis, or who are going to look for art, or who want to buy art, or people who just want to tell you what they think of art, are looking at it as an experience. So you have the people who look at it as, okay, well, this is work. This is, I could see all of the blurred lines, or not sharp edges, or, okay, I need to clean this area up. This area needs more highlights, whatever. And then, you look at it as someone who doesn't do art, or someone who just appreciates other people's art, and you're like, wow, that's awesome, because I'm experiencing it instead of, living it, or, or having to create it. Anyway, I don't know why I got off on all that, but take that. If you're an artist, take that. Take that. You might not think so, but you're biased. Biased. I mean, I don't think the rest of mine are amazing either. That's just 'cause I took them. We're our own worst critics, right? Or something like that. Victoria shuts her mouth and ends up just grumbling, nudging me back when I flash her a self-satisfied smile. Okay, alright, you have a point there. Regardless, I still think you should submit yours. There's no hesitation in her voice as she tells me this. None at all. It's still really sinking? Still really sinking in. That makes sense. That even after all this, she's prepared to let me take the reins. Okay. You really think I should? Then I will. I agree quietly. And that's when I feel it. The way Victoria loosens up, muscles almost melting against me, at my affirmation of her demand, and I gently bump her shoulder with mine, letting her know that I'm here. Alright. Yeah. I wouldn't say no. Good. If we don't win, I'm skinning you alive. A laugh bubbles out of my throat and Victoria joins me. Wow, okay, aggressive much? Only a little. Do you think I'm joking? Rolling my eyes, I reach over to take the photo in my hand, running my thumbs over it. The sun feels warm, the grass is soft, and Victoria is a much better heater than her ice-cold demeanor would usually suggest. I let myself sink against her side. She doesn't move away from me, not even 1 inch. All she does is hum. I don't know, Victoria. I think you're warming up to me. I think it's going both ways. It's quiet for at least for a few beats. At least a few beats. And I wonder about the lack of response of another thinly veiled insult or snappy remark. Not slappy. Slappy is a squirrel from Animaniacs. You'd like that, wouldn't you? She finally counters, challenging me. When I respond, I don't even have to think about it. Maybe I would. Yeah. Oh my god, they're going places, these two. Oh, really? Okay. Alright. Okay, so, this is probably gonna lead into the end. I don't know how much I want to do of this. I don't know. Alright, well, we're gonna read a little bit of it, maybe. I arrived to class much earlier than anticipated, too strung up to stay laying in bed any longer than I already did. Not like I really got much sleep anyway. I'm positive I spent half the night just scrolling through my feed, watching acoustic guitar covers in some lame attempt to calm myself. Victoria had texted me this morning, reminding me to wake up as if I wouldn't do it on my own by this point. It's still cute. A wake up text, morning text, and a good night text are like some of the cutest things to me. And they're so sweet and thoughtful, and it's adorable. I'm pretty sure those are her... those are just her nerves acting up too. I haven't seen her all morning, not even in the shower room. And she's not even here right now. Huh. I find that a little unusual. The class isn't empty, full of people I assume are just as anxious as me, and Victoria isn't here? I can't help myself. I pull out my phone. Are you sure you're not the one who needed a wake-up call? Shocked face. Haha, very funny. Are you in class right now? I am, and it's pretty packed. We're not the only ones worried, I guess. Definitely not. I bring my attention back to the class as a whole. Watching everyone else, with rapt attention, everyone's chatting, but it seems a lot quieter than usual despite that. Where are you? Calm down, Max, I'll be there. I know you will, I'm just curious. I went out to get some breakfast with Taylor. No invite? I bite my lip to subdue the smile on my face, but I've gotta admit, breakfast sounds good right about now. I'd been so plagued by my nerves that I didn't even think I could eat. With the way butterflies had been really, we're gonna talk about, let's talk about butterflies, why don't we, Max? Let's just talk about butterflies. Had been gnawing at my stomach. The butterflies probably don't gnaw very, very well. Okay, so I'm actually gonna, See, I don't know how long this is going to be. I usually, like, end it on the scene changes. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna stick to that. I wanted to read a little bit of this, so at least now you know that Victoria is not showing up because she went to have breakfast because she's nervous. Anyway, thanks so much for watching. Leave a like, comment on what you think of the game so far. Go check out the other videos I've done. I will see you soon. Yeah, I bared it down. Ooh. Brian Goodwin. Okay, well now he knows who you are.